Hello guys, good to see you back. Once again, I am back with a new tutorial related JavaScript, and in this tutorial we are going to learn indexOf and lastIndexOf method. In our previous tutorial, we already covered 11 array method, and in this tutorial I am going to cover these two, indexOf and lastIndexOf. So at first, let's try to understand what is indexOf method. Here you can see an array and our variable name is a, and we have total 4 value in this array. Advan, Rahul, Aman, and Rahul again. And now you want to check Rahul name is exist in your array or not. If exist, then return the index number. In our case, it's going to return 1. Because in our 0th index, we have Advan. In our first index, we have Rahul. In our second index, we have Aman. And in our third index, we have again Rahul. You might confuse, we have total 2 similar values. Rahul at index number 1, Rahul at index number 3. But the indexOf function always going to return the first result. In this function, as a parameter, first you need to pass the search keyword, in our case Rahul. So by default, it's going to return the first result. After return the first result, it's not going to return the another result. But if we start our search result from index 2, in that case, it's going to return this result, index 3. So remember, in our first parameter, we need to pass the keyword. And in our second parameter, we need to pass the index number from where we want to start. So without wasting your time, let's start the practical and see how it's works. So as you can see, side by side I open my Visual Studio Code editor and my browser using Live Server extension, and I already created a HTML document named index.html. And inside the script tag, as you can see, we have an array. And inside this array, we have total 4 values: Smith, Advan, Rahul, and Advan again. And we already print our array in our document. So as you can see, we have Advan 2 times in our list. So let's see how indexOf method worked in this array. So at first, I'm going to create a variable var x equal to array dot indexOf method, indexOf. Then inside the round braces, at first, I'm going to pass only one parameter. I'm going to pass only keyword Advan. And then semicolon to end this line. Next, I'm going to print this x variable in my document. So here I'm going to type document dot write inside the round braces x, and then semicolon to end this line. And before save this file, here I'm going to use a br tag. So I'm going to use concatenate sign inside the double quotes br. If I save this file, you can see the result. It's written 1. Because it's written the first result from this array, and the index number of this first result is 1. Similarly, if you want to search another value, so here I'm going to pass Rahul. And then I'm going to save this file. Now you can see it's written 2, index number 2. And now I want to start our search query from index number 2. So here I'm going to pass another parameter, comma, 2. And also I'm going to change the search keyword. This time, I'm going to search Smith. If I save this file, as you can see, it's going to return -1. If this function do not find any value, in that case, it's going to return -1. Let me prove you that. So here, I'm going to pass another value which is not exist in this list. I'm going to pass Ravi. So if I save this file, as you can see, again it return -1. Because we count from index number 2, that's why Smith keyword return -1. So let's remove the keyword, and here I'm going to type Advan again. If I save this file, now you can see it's written index number 3. As you can see, after index number 2, it found the keyword. That's why it's written index number 3. Just you need to remember, if the keyword is not available, in that case, it's going to return -1 value. And if the keyword is available, in that case, it's going to return the index number. And using second parameter, we can select from where we want to start our search. So I hope now it's clear for you what is the usage of indexOf function. Now let's talk about our another method, which is lastIndexOf. So here you can see this same array, and inside this array we have total 4 values. And this method is opposite of our previous method. It searches result from opposite direction. So if I search Rahul, it's going to return index number 3. So let's start the practical and see how it's work. Again, I'm going to search Advan keyword. but I'm going to change the method name, which is lastIndexOf. And here I'm going to remove our second parameter. I just want to search add1. If I set this file, here you can see it's written nothing because I did some silly mistake. We need to capitalize I keyword. lastIndexOf. If I set this file, now you can see it's written 3 because now it's going to search result from opposite direction, and it found add1 keyword at index number 3. And similarly, if I pass the second parameter, so here again I'm going to pass 2 here. If I set this file, now you can see it's written index number 1. Now it's going to search add1 keyword before Rahul keyword. That's why it returned index number 1. So this is the usage of this two function. So thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for our next tutorial.